Welcome to the Greener Initiative. We'll provide research, a plan, and the feasibility of a project that depends on the following assumption. Carbon dioxide levels are rising. Adding plants to our campuses will be beneficial to students and teachers. The Minnesotan Department of Health states that occupants may experience health effects in buildings where CO2 levels are elevated. At high levels, the carbon dioxide itself can cause headaches, dizziness, nausea, and other symptoms. When we look at emissions produced today, we fail to recognize historical responsibility for emissions in recent decades and centuries. The projection for the years to come is frightening. This graph has been taken from our World in Data website, which is free and promotes sharing these types of data. This is an initiative put forth by the University of Oxford. This allows us to understand how much the total CO2 emissions to date has been emitted by a given country. Here, France. The problem I'm focusing on today is making sure the work environment of our students. An article from journal Cerebral Blood Flow and Metabolism we found on the National Library of Medicine, which is endorsed by the US government, states that your mind will be affected through headaches, sleepiness, and observed the decline of your ability to concentrate and perform. The effects are also seen in higher heart rate and increased blood pressure, as well as dehydration through sweating. The National Institutes of Health, which is also government endorsed, has also put forth a plethora of case studies and articles on O2 benefits on the human brain, as stated on this slide. Through a tremendous amount of research, we've been able to narrow down our target plants to the Paulownia tree and ivy. The Paulownia tree absorbs 10 times more CO2 than other plants, and ivy is known to be a strong anti-pollution plant. As well as being cheap, it thrives on a type of climate. A CO2 and O2 tester can be bought off for €20 to measure the improvements in our classrooms. About 10 Paulownia trees and 100 of ivy seedlings should be enough to get us started. The feasibility of our project resides in the data put forth previously, but also in a survey done to get an appreciation of how our project would be received. People are well informed. They would like to see CO2 absorbing and O2 producing plants in their classrooms and amphitheaters. With such numbers, we could expect the results to be the same with an exponential numbers of answers. About 70% of the answers collected was given by our target group, the students. The real question now is, are you prepared to let 22,000 students down? Are you not concerned about the well-being of those under your care? When given the opportunity to increase the cognitive abilities of the future generation, we advise you to take it. The established project would cost about 3% of the allocated funding, which is way less than the 2022 projects from last year that cost up to $20,000. Please recognize that it is 100% beneficial. You are welcome to check out our resources. This has been brought to you by the Greener Initiative, led by Bulteau.